Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mask of Fear, your one-stop shop for all things Halloween, horror, Star Wars, and more. I'm Sean, and in this video, we're going to dive into some new information we've received about the Halloween TV series, dating all the way back to Trancas and Miramax, talking about what the series would be about and characters that may be the focus. Before we get into that, though, our multiple-choice question for this video is, do you think that the Halloween project that is released will be the Halloween TV series? Or do you think they will pivot and go to a movie? It's important to remember that originally the plan was to do a season of TV that would lead into a movie, as they were trying to do this connected universe they mentioned. And then there were rumors that possibly it would just be a season two. Let us know down in the comment section below what you think is going to happen. Is it going to be a series, or do they pivot back to a movie? Obviously, Trancas and Miramax co-hold the rights to both. So both are options. Both are on the table. We will see what happens. Share your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications to all in order to keep up with all the content that we have here. Big thank you to our channel sponsors. Ryan over at Kaulignation, your place for all your NASCAR needs and news. Jesse's Storytime Spectacular, a fantastic place for pop culture and horror stuff. And BackTrack Cinema, Jason does a fantastic job over there with retro reviews and modern day reviews too. So check out what they got going on. If you want to support us on another level, please check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/the Mask of Fear. We've just revamped our entire program. Content begins recording this week. We have two different Halloween tiers. We have the Curse of Thorn and the Legacy of Halloween, which will be exclusive Halloween shows that air over there. On Tuesday this week, we have our live show at 9 p.m., which we will have more information on the Halloween series, and we will also be delivering more information on the Halloween series on our Patreon show, The Curse of Thorn, later this month. So feel free to head on over there and sign up and support the channel any way you choose. So let's dive into this. About a year ago, a little more than that now, Miramax and Trancas came out and gave an idea on what the Halloween series would be about. That it was heavily implied it would be a continuation from the first movie again, and that it would revolve around other Halloween characters that we have grown to know in the past. Well, you know, when you say that, there's a very select few characters that it could possibly be about. And we have spoken to a source that is heavily involved with one of the two parties in control of the project. And there's definitely new information that has come to light pertaining to two characters that are likely not to be in it, one of which we will reveal on our live show Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So feel free to tune in that. And one we'll talk about right now. We're not the first place to put this out there. Cinestealth had this last year. Laurie Strode is not expected to be a focus or even a character in this TV series. If you ask me, that is a good thing. I think we've had too much of Laurie Strode. I think it's time for different protagonists to lead the way, and it sounds as if that may happen. Michael Myers, as they said last year, is still expected to be the focus of this, which, you know, to some people who want like a continuation of Halloween Season of the Witch, or you know, a Halloween anthology series, I understand the want and need for that, but the driving force behind Halloween is Michael Myers. You know, um, there is a, like, take the Crystal Lake series for example. Yes, the focus is going to be Pamela to start with, as we talked about on our show last week, and a video that we clipped out and put up on the channel that's still available there now. Um, it's all leading to Jason. The intent for Crystal Lake is to get to Jason. So while Pamela will be a focus in season one, this is going to lead to Jason Voorhees, you know, as long as the show doesn't get canceled abruptly. Um, In this case, whether people like it or not, Michael Myers is the driving force behind Halloween. Now, there's a lot of people that will, wave the flag of Jamie Lee Curtis, rightly or wrongly. But I think when you look at it as a whole, we had several Halloween movies without Jamie Lee Curtis. Obviously, the most three recent ones did very well at the box office. And there's an argument to be made business-wise, it's better to have her involved than not have her involved. But I would also say, creatively speaking, it's probably better to not have her involved. But that's my personal opinion. So no, Laurie Strode seems to be the take on the Halloween series, and it will still focus around Michael Myers. So that's exciting news. I don't even know if I'd call that news. The news items that I would say intrigue me anyway are this one, for example. At the time that Trancas and Miramax made that announcement, and it was a little press release that they put out there, um, they had in mind, when you go back and read it, and it'll appear on screen here shortly for you guys to glance at. I'm not going to read back over it, but it gives the idea that they know the story and the direction that they're going when they're talking about seeing characters that they're familiar with, and Michael Myers, etc. Um, and it turns out the information that we received late last week is they didn't know which direction they were going at the time of this announcement. Now, take it with a grain of salt, of course, but we trust the sources that we use here at the channel. Um, it's not uncommon for a studio to be misleading about where they are currently in a project. And it turns out that when they made that announcement, that press release last year, they were still considering multiple treatments from multiple individuals. And one of them leads to something rather big that might not be the most popular outcome for some people that we'll discuss on Tuesday's show. Um, but there were two treatments they were leaning heavily into specifically. Both of them sort of picked up after the first movie. The differences being one was a period piece and one was a modern day adaptation of the story. So the events of Halloween 1 playing out in whether it's our current time or 10 or 15 years ago, take your pick. But they were working off of those two things in particular. And for the most part, interestingly enough, despite what the article says, it was mostly new characters we'd be focusing in. Not to say that there weren't ties to other characters, which we're going to discuss on our Patreon video here later this month. But they were working off multiple treatments, and I don't even know if there was more than two. There may have been more than two, but I can speak for two specifically that we've obtained information on. Both happen after Halloween 78. One, again, a modern day piece where I think they just moved the events of 78 up into modern times. And the other one, a period piece with no Laurie Strode involved in either. Share your thoughts down below what you think of this information. We have more that we're going to talk about again on the Tuesday show about a very big Halloween character that we'll get into, and more about the characters that may be seen in this series that you've seen in Halloween 1 or characters related to those characters. Anyways, comment down below, share your thoughts there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications to all in order to keep up with all the content that we have here at the channel. Big thank you once again to our channel sponsors, to our patrons. If you want to support level and gain access to those Halloween shows, it is patreon.com/the Mask of Fear. And just a big thumbs up to everybody at the channel who's been working so hard to relaunch this thing and rebrand it and really pop out quality at a much higher content. Check us out on Facebook, The Legacy of Halloween, and The Mask of Fear. They're both groups, or on X at The Mask of Fear. That's all for now, and we will see you in the next video.